How are politicians basically responding to the two shootings that we've seen?
So, Omar, we're seeing kind of different reactions from all over the country. The push for stricter gun control is growing across the country. Protesters are even rallying outside politicians' houses for change, and political leaders are taking a stand, too.
Enough is enough.
Protesters gathered outside the White House yesterday calling on the Senate to pass stricter gun laws, in particular H.R. 8. It would require background checks on just about all gun sales. The legislation passed the House with bipartisan support back in February. Democratic leadership at a rally in New York are also asking for the measure to be advanced.
Enough is enough. We are calling on Leader McConnell to bring the bill that passed the House to the floor of the Senate ASAP.
In Kentucky,
No KKK, no fascist USA.
Dozens of protesters gathered outside Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's home. And outside his office at the federal building, demanding that the leader address gun control.
It's the guns. It's the easy access to guns.
In a statement, McConnell said Senate Republicans are prepared to do our part. Only serious bipartisan, bicameral efforts will enable us to continue this important work and produce further legislation that can pass the Senate, pass the House, and earn the president's signature.
Now, Mark, I know other political leaders are calling for change, including Ohio Governor Mike DeWine. Is that surprising because he's Republican?
It is surprising because he's Republican. I mean, this is a governor who is now basically pushing for strict gun laws in terms of gun sales. That's something when it comes to background checks. On top of that, he's looking to have courts restrict firearms to anyone that's perceived as a threat.
Now, granted, the governor would just sign the laws. He doesn't have to push them through the legislature. Is this going to be difficult since Ohio's legislature is basically predominantly Republican? Do they feel the same way?
So as of right now, they're very pro-gun rights, and we're seeing that in many different areas in terms of carrying guns. For example, you can now carry a concealed weapon inside of a daycare in Ohio and certain parts of airports. So this is a very pro-gun right state.
We'll see if this shooting in Dayton affects the legislature. We'll have to see what happens. Mark, thank you very much.
Sure thing.
Today,